Wow. I need to clean up a little bit. There you go. That's nicer right there. Much better. Alright, basically what I was going to do was show you guys my unshavenness and my shaggy hair and say, oh my goodness, I need a cut, and come back with it cut and yammer about unimportant things that don't really matter, and then I was going to go. But something interesting happened while I was getting my hair cut. First of all, I went to the Hair Cuttery, which is not me being funny, the name of the place is the Hair Cuttery, and I got my hair cut by a guy named Sal. See, here's his card. Hair Cuttery. Sal. Now, Sal's a cool guy. He got my hair, and he asked me what I did for a living, and I told him that I was a pastor. And he's like, oh, really? With your long hair and, looking like you do, you're a pastor? And I was like, well, thanks. But then he was commenting about how it was a good thing that I was able to do what I, do my job and not have people give me a hard time for that. And then we started talking about all these deep issues like grace and peace and judgment and in poverty and injustice and the will of God and all of these things. We started talking about all these crazy things. And then he calls over, and I don't initiate these conversations. I don't. I let other people initiate them because it's awkward for me to initiate them in public with everybody else. So this guy, he calls over his Hair Cuttery associates, and he says to them, guess what this guy does for a living? And they started guessing, and they were like, photographer, no. Well, he cuts hair too, no. And one of the girls said I was a model, which, I don't know. It made me, I was like, oh, a model, huh? Thank you. Anyways. No, so, he finally said, he finally told him, I said, he's a pastor. And I said, this really? I said, yeah, right down the road, I'm the pastor of this church over here. They're like, no way, that's great. So, they didn't really care that much. They were like, oh, okay. But Sal and I just kept talking about just the really deep issues, the grace and redemption and peace and suffering and injustice and poverty and war and the right of someone to end someone else's life and through medical, what's that called? Euthanasia. Yeah, we went to all of these things. We went through all of these big topics while I was getting my haircut, and it was great, and Sal's a cool guy, and I'm going to make sure I get my haircut from him again, because it doesn't look all that bad, and, yeah, he likes talking about that stuff, and it's what I do, so it was a cool opportunity to talk with somebody who doesn't go to church, who's a little bitter at the church, actually. And I know what that's like, because I'm bitter at them more often than I should be anyways. So, I feel like I can empathize, but also I can speak as someone from the inside. So, that was a neat occurrence that I kind of enjoyed. Anyways, the far less important thing that I was going to tell you guys is that I live in my apartment in a city where I don't know anybody. I am by myself when I'm not with somebody from the church. It's the truth. That's not like a deep statement. It's like I don't know anyone who isn't associated with this church, with the exception of my girlfriend, who's an hour and 10 minutes away. So I'm bored a lot. I have nothing to do very frequently. And I had this small stockpile of money, well, it's actually a pretty large stockpile of money, that I had acquired from here and there in various sources. And it was just money that I had planned on blowing foolishly. In fact, it was in this envelope here. Marked fun saving, I don't know if you read that, fun saving envelope. So, I saved it and saved it and saved it, and I said to myself, I'm so bored, and I have this envelope sitting here with money. Why don't I just invest in something that would keep me entertained and keep me, from being so chronically bored? So, so many of you think I'm an adult and talk and act like an adult, but I am still a 22-year-old male. What do 22-year-old males spend their money on? Video games. Yeah, I bought an Xbox 360. And I only have 3 games, but they're the only 3 games I need. I have Call of Duty, Halo 3, and Madden 09. And I have Xbox Live. So if any of you would like to play Halo, or not Halo, but if you'd like to play any of those games online with me on Xbox Live, my gamer tag is, you ready for it, AndyPliskin. No way, right? Yeah, not original, but that's my gamer tag. If you are on Xbox 360 and you want to add me as a friend, we can play against each other. It will be a blast. So, yeah, that was my less than important news. So, 360. Anyway, you all have a lovely evening, and I will see you very soon. Sunday the Bills play the Dolphins. Go Bills. Bye, guys.